tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Looking at buttons. There we go. Looking on some stuff, making sure everything's muted. All right, I'm here. Hello, everybody. I'm Frost. This is Frost Written, and I've got coffee. How about you? You should have coffee. Mine is a very, very dark coffee with hot sauce in it. Weird, I know. But that's me. Cracking my neck, too. So, I am cleaning up some entries here in the document, specifically about the dwarves. The dwarves, those little people. All right, so where did I put that note? Okay, there's the note. All right, so if I go back up here to this. Oops. And there we go. Of that, we'll have space. So we're going to put his name in here, but we're going to find his name. Rather, we're going to make up a name for this gentleman here. You heard a great pun today and forgot what it was. Oh no! I mean, yay. Hello, Jensen. How you doing? Oh, good. Seated and being submitted. Yay! I like it when files that I put into the build at work don't crash everything and break. All right, let's go down a ways here and see if we can find what I was looking for. Is there a list? We'll go 3. Here we go. How's everybody doing today? And if you don't have coffee, what are you drinking? And why? That's an interesting name, but I don't know if I like it. It looks kind of interestingly. You see it spelled out, but saying it out loud. Eh. Hmm. Go with the blood of my enemies for the protein. I just have some water, but I'm going to need coffee. Yeah, get some coffee grounds into that water. It's a good idea. It makes you happy. Right before the stream, I had to let Calvino out, and I say let Calvino out because he kind of wanted to go out, but he also didn't. So I had to help him go outside because he was just putting my legs to sleep. I needed to move my legs around. He came in at like 2 o'clock in the morning and decided instead of laying next to me like he normally does, he wanted to lay down in the space between my legs because I'll lay with one leg straight, the other one kind of like angled if I'm sleeping on my back. And he went into the little triangular area there and put his legs over his little forelegs like Superman style over my hip or my quadricep, and it just went and passed out there. Oh boy, gosh, was that uncomfortable. After 20 minutes, I'm like, well, I'm stuck here forever. But I managed to kind of rustle myself around enough that it got somewhat comfortable. Cats. What are you going to do with them? Go. Put this one here. Zoom in on that slightly. Sorry, I just read a name here that I was looking at, and it wasn't the kind of name you want to say out loud. I mean, it's third grade humor, so it would have been funny. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if that one actually makes sense. Occupational name for a bean grower. Okay. That's an interesting one. Names are funny things. Big boy Calvino, did you say put coffee grounds in water? That's like, totally. You just throw some coffee grounds in water and just merge it around and then drink it. Totally is how you make it. I mean, you could just eat a handful of beans and drink some boiling water at the same time and just hold it there. But I don't know if that's going to have the same effect. Maybe. I've been doing this totally wrong. Okay, I'm willing to admit there may be more than one way to make coffee. I could be wrong. I could be in the wrong here. Oh, this is not a good. A couple of these names are interesting, but they do not work with the first name I chose. Hmm. want to give him some sort of an appellation, some kind of an interesting name or a title. Harkens back to something he did. I keep looking here. See if I can find something. That one doesn't work, but it's kind of a funny name. Okay. Stop being like kick and eating my chats. It's hungry. It's got needs. Big on, but hello over there and kick this eccentric. All right, so we got this. I don't think. And for the religion, they more focus on creative stuff, so it would be Vulcan and possibly I kind of want to say yeah, because they do a lot of managing and agricultural stuff. A lot, not a lot of nature taking over stuff. Think about that. And to a lesser extent, I think they would also worship. Would they worship Sireth? I suppose. Um. Oh, spell that. I'm hungry. If you don't see me eating chats, well, self-control. Good job. Anytime they try something new, it just messes everything up. Yep. Did they say what they were supposed to be rolling out, Gino? Coloring is getting better. It's still, I mean, once we get an artist actually doing it, they'll be able to come up with a better way of doing fonts for locations to make them stand out. Painting around, creating little gaps and whatnot. Centering things properly. It'll be cool. It'll be nice. But yeah, having color on the map was a huge change. It's way better than it was. Not to just help them. Okay. Oh, the age verification. Oh, funny. That's great. Tuesdays are your busy modding day, so you don't really eat until an hour between this and Signal Screams. Oh! Yeah, you should have a snack. I had a cookie. I had one Nutter Butter right before I started the stream with my coffee. I just realized I said something was a secret, and in the next paragraph I said, it's not a secret. Fix that. Okay, there we go. Do I even have to put this sentence in there, though, actually? Uh, that's my evil magic. Tail end of the God Killer. I won't say that. Survive. Survive. We want to be indoors. Oh, let's see. Mom found cookies are almost exactly Thin Mints, and she's left some boxes here saying, I can't have these in my house. They'll be gone. So they're staying here. Oh, that's mean. Grasshoppers from Kibler Elves. Keebler, but I think it's something like mint fudge cookies, something like that. Oh. They have a coconut one that's like Samoa's. Oh. Grasshopper is the type of cookie, like the general term. I get those from my mom. Ah. Samoa's one for mine for my dad. I can't. Coconut is absolutely disgusting. Is it as disgusting as broccoli? Is that what you're saying? Coconut and broccoli on the same wavelength for you? I'll eat almost any vegetable raw or cooked. I don't. I mean, I've eaten potatoes raw, but they're not very good raw. And they're a tuber anyway, so. But yeah, just being a kid, working in the gardens, pull a carrot out of the ground, get the hose, spray it off, eat a carrot. We didn't really pick heads of broccoli or cauliflower because you're not supposed to screw around with those until they're ready. But I'll eat cauliflower raw, cooked, riced, whatever. Broccoli, pretty good. So I really like it when you stir fry it. It's very good stir fried. Steamed broccoli is nice if you just get it just barely steamed so it turns that vibrant green and it's just starting to get slightly soft. Then it's like, oh boy, that's really good. A little bit of butter, and you're there. A little garlic butter. Coconut is worse than broccoli. I can at least have some broccoli. I have a low threshold for it. Coconut broccoli. There we go. You just get the, what do they do with coconut shrimp? They get that panko breading with the coconut in it. You make that same kind of batter, put it on broccoli. There you go. It's a treat. Ugh. I don't think I'm sure I could eat it, but I don't think I'd like it. Now she's not hungry. Done. I guess I should probably capitalize this. I don't remember if in our style guide we're having keepers always capitalized. Probably. Dwarves have multiple kingdoms across the Goblinds. Their main seat of power is Mount Silvermount, at least in the eyes of those outside their power structures. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, sub to me. Do it. Click those buttons. Hit those things. I saw that JT was playing Grounded 2 as well. And, I was going to see if he wanted to play a co-op, but it looks like he's making headway solo as well, so. Started a trend. It's my thing. Do whoops. That's not what I meant to do. I didn't mean to type that word inside of that word. All right, now technically, what I need to do here, I need to put city here. Symbol, symbol, symbol. Click. Keep putting it. That's too small. Because it's going to be basically here. Now, I may remove this little mountainy castle looking thing. Because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense actually being there. This off to the side slightly. That's where that is. Back to the right size. Reset city. Now. City. That's weird. It didn't remember my settings. Okay, whatever. Now, was I naming? Oh no, I was going upper and lowercase. Okay. So StarCon is here. And we're going to go down inside ever so slightly. Got this the city, StarCon. All right, situated in the floor of Mount Silvermount, Starcod is the seat of the Dwarven Kingdom's political power, the home of the king. All major trade deals are ratified by his council, and they're negotiated here. The Dwarven rulers make no treaties or deals in the lands of others, require all supplicants and applicants to come to them. Dun, 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 dun. This causes no end of hurt feelings. Right. Centuries, the rulers of the other kingdoms understand the vast wealth and power that they possess, not to mention the generous gifts always given out at these meetings and ceremonies by hosts. Ever realize how expansive the mountain range is? It's a large mountain range. It goes it's the spine of the whole world. It just goes all the way through. Technically has a break here. This is technically another mountain range. You could say that the pass over here in the Rhine Wall could be a separate one, but this is just highlands up here, and yeah, it's massive and huge and crazy. It's a forever wall. Not that there aren't a few passes and things here and there. Like, they have passes back through the mountains up to Arthek and Underaxe and Bremen. This one's a very obvious one. But then there's also the pass up through here, and then up in these mountains there's a pass over the Sapphire Road. Heads up to Adhen. We've got some lore. We got some stuff going on. Alright, so King Landric the Golden. Let's see, let's get the tenses properly here. Who wouldn't want to go visit the dwarves and go to a ceremony for a trade deal? Because not only do you get the trade deal, but you get to travel, but also the dwarves give out wonderful gifts. So yes, you have to leave your kingdom and come to them, and yes, you have to be, subdued by the great power and the wealth and their crazy architecture and blah, blah, blah. But you get gifts. Everybody just wants their fair share. We'll pull Hannibal to make those passes. Well, there may be some mammoth-y type things out in the what do you call it, where the orc nomads are out in the wildlands. Maybe. A couple. Let's see. Any other notes on this? I probably need to do an entry just on this city itself. What do I think about that one? Because I could put together an entry for the different wards of the city. How about we check this? Let's see what we got in these other ones. Huh. I don't know what that word means, actually. Okay. It's... Really? That doesn't seem like what they were saying it means. Huh. I have to zoom in on this page a little bit. Their font is tiny. Okay, here we go. An interesting word for part of a city. Let's see what that word means. Well, that doesn't help. It put everything in Dutch and German. No, I'm looking for the etymology of the word, not everything. All right, put this in my writing links. All right, see, here we go. That means dale or a valley, right? I think. Yep, there it is. Okay. But why can I not find this one out here? Huh. That's prefixes. I'm not looking for that. Weird. I wonder why that doesn't show up in their etymology list. Maybe it's from a different language. Tower, Forest, Meadow, Hamlet. That could work. Island. That could work, but I think that word would probably be a little bit confusing to everyone, given the others I've used. Just pulled that word down into a lump of letters. Now these guys were using a completely different set of naming. Oh. Oh, yeah. I typed the best words. All the goodest words. Right now, I'm just breaking the town down into crisis. When you find, let's see, what's the most annoying part of doing research for a topic? Is it looking up the etymology words and it just doesn't give it to you, or when you find the perfect website but wants you to sign up for a newsletter in another language? Ooh, boy, that's a tough one. I would have to say where I find something that sounds very intriguing, and they on the etymology or whatever site don't explain that specific term. They'll go into depth of like, this means river, and 80% of the time you're looking at it, you're like, oh, all they did was copy this from some dictionary site, and they just use the exact same terminology. And you look at the other site, it's the exact same words, the exact same phrasing, it's the exact same text. and people are just regurgitating crap. It's the same crap regurgitated. So then you have to go deep and find stuff. And that's when you run into those things where, hey, if you really want to know how this works, sign up for a newsletter. No. So I will just keep digging and digging and digging until I find some site that has something interesting. Almost as bad as going through and it's like, here, we're going to link you to this article. And it's like Wikipedia. And somebody's gone in there and done their for the modern audience edit. You're like, great. How about just some facts, please? I don't want to subscribe to your newsletter. I don't care. I just don't care. Yeah, high school essay copy paste. Yep. Same thing with, hey, how do I change like a noise gate filter with the best settings for something in OBS? Something, and you think you find a site that's explaining it, and then it's just literally some dude with an accent doing a video starting out the exact same way. Today I will explain to you how to do this. It's like, okay, Dutch dude, are you really Dutch? Is this an AI Dutch voice? And they'll start explaining it, and I'll turn it off, and I'll go find something else. Because, like, all right, what did I get a ding for? Did I break something? Oh no, somebody else is trying to figure out how to fix things. I have broken nothing. Ha! Um. And let's see, we're going to come up with 2 more words here. I'm my own nitpicking IT professional who messaged me and say, your mic sounded awful. Try this to fix it. Cough. Cough. Yeah. You know what I found interesting is JT discovered that, you know how my sound gets reset all the time? Like down to 27, 28, whatever percent. Because when I go into VDO for shows, they have a setting in there that goes into, you can set it on each person in the meeting and say, okay, this person needs to come down, this person needs to come up, blah, 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 blah. Whatever those settings are set to, it switches my Windows microphone setting. It's not doing anything inside the damn program. It's changing my damn microphone setting in Windows. He's like, yeah, I've figured out that's what's doing it. Like, that's great. Evidently. Yeah, because I checked it before this, because the last time I was in anything was VDO last night on Cthulhu, and I looked at mine this morning. It was back down to 29% or whatever the heck it was at. I had to turn it back up to 70. Yay! You know, in the Humpty Dumpty story, at no point does it ever actually say that he's an egg. Don't know why that just occurred to me, but it did. It's just pictures. Pictures that people drew. Yeah, that's, I believe that's why. I think he's got it set low. Something like that. Let's see. 2 more ward names here. We got the military, the market, the royal, the housing. I guess it would be the craftsman ward. Um, uh, go. And 5. Huh. I did actually know that. I have no idea how he interpreted the story as him being an egg. I guess to make his death less gruesome. I suppose. A lot of nursery rhymes are the kind of dark baby on the treetop. The halls not tell me what happens when an infant falls from that height. Well, let me tell you, it's not pretty. Because none of the king's horses, none of the king's men. I don't know why the king's horses were trying to help, but they couldn't put Humpty back together again, so they're not going to fix that kid. Ding. My phone is just going crazy. What is going on? And this is work stuff. This is all work stuff dinging. Okay, so they need me to do. But that's not till Friday. Should work. Ding. Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. Hopefully I don't have to go do anything. I'm just keeping an eye on it just in case, because I did put in a rather large change. Just making sure every time I put in a change, I'm just paranoid enough to be like, did I break anything, did I? Wow, it's just not stopping here either. It just keeps going. But wait, there's more. All right, so I've got 6 wards. I kind of want to put a 7th in the city. What other kind of a ward or a section of a great dwarven underground city do you think there would be? I have the housing, the general place where everybody, who's not the royalty lives, the military ward, the market ward, the royal ward, the forge ward, the scholarly ward. I'm trying to think if there should be something else. The treasury would be in the royal ward. Forge ward would have entrances to most of the mines and things off that direction. The scholarly ward would be where the temples and the libraries are. Military ward would have the defenses, the armories. What else could I put in there? What could I put in? The psych ward for the crazy dwarves. Perhaps it was Prince Humpty. It could be a very fragile blue blood prince. Oh my. Ouch. But hello, Bap. And I think of another rule. It's a lot of sense to have in here. Another facet of their society that I could probably call out could be. I'm gonna pretty much hit the major one. They don't really have agriculture per se underneath. They use that in all their outlying places. Maybe I'll hold off on adding another one. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so Care Thunderaxe. Talk about this miscreant group of miscreants of miscreantness. Ruled by the half-mad Thunderaxe clan, this opposing fortress and associated way forts keep the nomadic orc hordes from breaching the kingdom's northern approach to Mount Silvermon. Land where Care Thunderaxe resides is a mixture of old volcanic stone, new growth, and active volcanic activity. Yeah, I think I redid that sentence a few times. Let's get rid of a couple words there. There we go. New growth, volcanic activity surrounding lush hills. There we go. Old and new. There we go. We got it. Right. Dwarves have carte blanche, so they keep the orcs at bay within their domain. Okay. These are not the most civilized of dwarves. Dwarves are then allowed to. Here's where they go next. Most stay to live. And most stay to indulge their zeal for war, but some do choose life of an adventurer. There we go. Okay. Am I going to have another cookie? Now that I'm thinking about this, I'm sitting here thinking if I want a cookie. I kind of do. I bought an enormous package of Nutter Butter cookies, but there's no Ziploc on them. Basically, just you open the package and you've got it. So I have taken them out and put them in a huge Ziploc bag. And look, I have a cookie. I blame you. The cookies are staring at me tauntingly. Are they making the erudite sounds? The la 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 la. I'm just curious. pretty much. You can just hear the music if you turn towards them that gets louder. There's your problem. Somebody sets these cookies to evil. I'm so very sorry. Huge smiley face. Well, Bap, she explained in her terms how you put the cookies over there. Here you go. I can't have these in my house. All right, here, Arthak. I'm just reading through these and adding little bits and pieces. That is not what happened. I feel like we only got part of the story here. Fix that. That's not typed right. Oh, dang, goes more work. What now? He's gonna experiment tomorrow with a change. All right, sweet. Lies and slander. You even made me try one before you left me alone with them. Chrysanth just went on Discord. You didn't like that short. Ah, there we go. Got it. Oh, I certainly replied to you about it. Why? Was it too cheesy? Grumble. Oh no. Oh no. I like how the screenshot for today's episode going live is literally just a black background with fire curling around. Doesn't want to caught it. Good job. Your father bought them. I merely foist them upon you. Gee. So mean. Love it. So mean, but it's great. All right, so Thunder Axle and Bremen once stood against the tribes of the evil giants that attempted to flood into the southern Godlands, but it's mainly a peaceful outpost in the current age. That reminds me, there were supposed to be giants out here too. I think we're going to actually put them back out here. Excuse me. It a little bit larger. The giants are back out there. You guys can see where I get all my evil from, points at Bap. No, do not enter. No cell phones. No one under 18. No smoking and no littering. Got it. I actually didn't like you. I'd make you read them like Corey does. So mean. So much mean. It would be so unkind. So unkind. All right, the Ares lies silent now, as no dwarf has been born in centuries with the ability to bond with and call a dragon mount. Skeleton crew of vigilant dwarven believers man the halls, now hoping that one day their order will be reborn. Are we about to see Crescent's mom pull up the bigger paddle and teach Crescent some new tricks for her gig as Dungeon Nugget? Hopefully not, Gino. It's not that kind of stream. This is all wholesome. Wholesome. So when I did sit down, I realized I was still wearing my weight vest because I had taken a walk really quickly after work with my weight vest on. I'm like, ugh, okay, I'm tired. I sat down. I'm like, I just like, oh yeah, that's why I'm uncomfortable. So I would have looked like a weirdo, more like a weirdo. So since I had all those migraines last week, I'm making sure that I'm super hydrated when I go for a walk. But I also took a couple of the weights out of it, so I was only at like 20 pounds on the weight vest and kind of like 28 or whatever I was using. Woof. I typed in no, all these emojis show up and felt compelled to use them. Nice. Almost 2 minutes short about cheese grater puns. Ugh. Horrifying. That's just horrifying. This fortress protects the capital from dangers coming from the Southlands, but it also features a sprawling market and trade town built around its outer walls. The town is one of the only places where traders and buyers in the Eastern Godlands can purchase dwarven wares at reasonable prices. Okay. Ding. Normal work message. Hello, Aruda. I wonder if I can AI clone Crescent's voice and make her sing country-themed nugget songs. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, so that was Kier Silbermon. Now, Kier Tumuli is the Great Fields there. Okay. Right now I'm going through the Dwarven area and adding more details because I hadn't created some of the wards for the city and whatnot. Dead were so numerous after the Great Godkiller War battles on the plains, leading to Mount Silvermount, that the Great Tumuli, hundreds of mass graves, as well as singular bros of great heroes, were erected on the spot. And I ban Erudai from his own channel. Well, there's only one way to find out. Guy who deliberately rocks around with a plate carrier, not sure if it's a substitute for a weight or if it's a practice walking with a carrier, or could be both. Not as natural to walk with one as people think. It's not. It depends on what kind of plates you have in it too. If they're soft plates, it's not as bad, but normally you can bend. But depending on where that plate carrier ends, if it ends at the bottom of your ribs, When you bend, it can dig in. If you have a longer one, it digs into your waist. I mean, my weight vest, as it is, feels similar. But it comes with these really nice inserts. That are covered in this like tent kind of material or backpack kind of material. They're full of shot. I don't know if it's metal shot or if it's ceramic shot, but basically they're these little brick things that are just, and they fit into the pockets of the weight vest. But each one of these is like 4 or 5 pounds, and so they're heavy, which is why I have a bunch of them out of the vest right now. They're sort of uncomfortable, but that's the point. Extra weight. How you doing, Rudai? Real quick question for you, Rudai. In the I suppose I should go see if you put this into the style guide thing, but keepers is the word keepers and the title of keepers. We're capitalizing that all the time, right? Because they're a distinct group. You can just get a recording of her voice, find an AI program that does voice stuff, and have fun. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Chrysanth. That's the end of you being a normal, innocent person on the internet. You're going to be singing songs left and right. Yeah, being able to change the weight of the vest with them is really nice. You can add more to the back, you can add more to the front. You can move it from the slots, because there are 5 slots on front and back. You can move them in so the weight is centered, or you can move it to the outside. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Yay, Wizards writing again. Exactly, I'm writing away. Playing around with stuff here. Trying to fill out a few of these bits and pieces that I didn't have listed. I have some work to do on Starcod the City. I might do that off screen. We'll see. I don't know. I put the wards together. I've got them figured out. Right now, by the way, Rudai, in this Dwarven City, the main Dwarven City, I have a housing ward, a military ward, a market ward, a royal ward, the forge ward, where they do all the industry, and the scholarly ward. I couldn't think of anything besides housing, military, market, royal, forge, and scholarly. Right now, nothing else popped into my head that was like a canonical part of Dwarven society that they would have an entire segment of their city devoted to it. The beer ward. It's all mead. That's kind of cool having 6 because they do a lot of stuff with honey and honeycomb and having these cool honeycomb shaped things, even if they're elongated hexagons, it kind of be fun. Did you like the art for the noble? Yeah, I think her feet need something. Her feet look weird to me, but I like the art of it. And again, like I said, I'm a sucker for line drawing, so I was really liking the gestural line drawing and stuff. And they start getting color, and I'm like, that's cool. One thing I thought would kind of be fun too, Rudai, is you know how in old books they always had the little drawings in the margins and corners and stuff, like somebody draw a picture of a thief crawling away from a trap, or somebody waiting in a corner to stab somebody. If we do the epilogue, if we put the version in the book that I had written from the standpoint of the story of the mysterious figure talking to Godwin, it would be kind of a little thing to put across the top of a picture if it were like one of those long, thin pictures that just showed the top of the table, and they showed, the two figures sitting at the table looking at each other, talking. would be kind of a fun thing to have somewhere in there. I mean, then again, it would just be kind of fun to have drawings like that everywhere. But I know art is not cheap. Hmm. Yeah, there we go. Reminds me, I've got to check something because I forgot. Where did I put this? This folder. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. What brand is this? What brand is this? Thought I noted it. I didn't note it. Oh, no, I didn't put the note on there. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'll figure it out later. All right, so this is that. And where was the other thing? Hmm. Huh. I'm trying to find. Wrong. Oh, wait, did I find it? I may have find it. Finded it? I may have finded it. Nope, still didn't find it. Well, dang it. That'll be fine. Don't need that. And I want to figure out where this thing is sitting. So I don't. Where is my notes? Yeah, that'll work for now. Boop. All right. Anyway, remind me of chat. I will do that. Crossword, where all the waste of all the other words go to be disposed of or on purpose. So there is a whole thing in two different places that this talks about that very thing. One is in Xandria, and there is a similar thing in Kaer Silbermond, which is a specific thing that I cover in the traditions and history of the place. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's fine. Oops, what? Did Crescent leave? We may have scared her off. Had to bot ban on kick. Oh. She's probably recovering from the cringe she's endured from us? Yeah, likely. If she can survive. You can do it, Crescent. Muscle on through. You got this. All right. So, um, huh. There's. I wonder if I want to put that on the. No, I won't put that in this place. I'm trying to decide if I wanted to add something to the Caratumuli out here. Talking about the burials. Oh, come on, work. Stop pinging me. So consecrated and blessed to allow the dead to rest forever and honor monstrous creatures and good folk like lions silent legion beneath these man-made hills. So lots of bad creatures and lots of good people buried underneath there. Okay. Dang it, come on. Just do your job. Do your job, phone. Thank you. There we go. Oh, that last ding was a moth or something landing on the camera outside and just sitting there going. Oh no. When Urudai says, oh, that reminds me, ... I don't think that's possible. I need to become callous from it. It's like kicking the tree. You just keep kicking the tree until you either break your leg or you've developed so much resistance to it that you can kick the tree and break it in half. I saw it in a movie. Oh. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I will do that. Oops. Let's grab that. Let's go into here. Seeker. Okay. Go. All right, hopefully this will stay the same size. Nope, got resized, but we'll fix it. We'll put it in there. There we go. Look at that. We have the new background, just like that. Now we've got the much more colorful version coming in. See? You can ignore the extra logo because, well, the other logo. There we go. There's the background right now. Woohoo! Kickboxer, that's what it was from. Yeah. Luna moth at work today. Yeah, so there was a Luna moth on the side of my house, but he was missing part of his tail. And I got a picture of it, sent it to my friend, and he's like, "Oh man, yeah, he's pretty cool looking, but yeah, he's missing part of his tail, isn't he?" Yes, yes, he is. Okay, why won't it auto rotate? There we go. Yeah, it was on my siding. Let's see if I can get it to actually show up here. No, maybe ever. Will we never? We'll never get it to show up properly. I'll just put it in pets or something. He was large. He was very, very large, but he was missing one of his little wingtails, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But also today I got a nice picture of April, that feral cat. My little kitty cat with heterochromia, because she's got one kind of greeny eye and one kind of amber eye. And she's looking so much healthier these days. She's still a skinny little thing, but she's actually got meat on her bones. Rich and colorful. Yeah, most moths don't eat, I think. Let's go, Raymond Hart. Oh, nice. He looks like he's ready for a fight. A bit. Raymond the Wall. Nice. Yeah, they're kicking those out, aren't they? Very nice. I put a while I'm reading through this thing here again, I put a cardboard box on the back porch on the table. I don't know, it's like a normal size just shipping box, and I cut a little U-shaped thing and plopped down a little panel so cats go in there. And Calvino likes sleeping in there, Wolfie likes sleeping in there. They all like decide who gets to sleep in there, and then occasionally Calvino will get plopped on by Benji, who will slide in there with him and just lay in there on top of him and fall asleep because they're brothers. But today, I look out there and there's just two ginger-colored feet just like sticking out at odd angles. I'm like, the heck? It's that cat I was calling Pudding, who decided he's laying in it, but when he fell asleep on his back in there, he just like his feet just stuck out, just like. Bleh. So yeah, orange cats. Derps. All right, so the Caratumuli. I'm thinking we could add something else out here, like because I have the patrols and posted guard watches. I think maybe. I'll take that word and fix it. Dewey Arvin? Arvin, I'll go with Arvin instead. Arvin Scouts and. All right. I need to stop a rude eye. Wait, from what? Can you troll about the art? Oh no. Oh no. Oh god, no! No, Arudai, that's not a good idea. Crescent is right in this case. I still stand by my response that the feet on the previous one do not look correct at all. And if you do that to this one, it's going to make it horrifying. Horrifying, I say. Yeah, the previous one right now, it feels like she's got paper doll feet. And that could just be part of the the drawing process. Because it's just color roughs. Brightness of my cell phone down. I'd never turn the brightness of my cell phone down. I'd never do it. Oh, actually, wait. If you go to my Instagram, you can see the moth. I posted it a few days ago. At least I think I posted it on there. I did, didn't I? Yep. If you go, actually, oh, that was a little while ago. It was July 21st. If you go look at July 21st, you can see the pictures. I got some really good shots of the antenna. So if you look at my links and go to my Instagram, you can find it. You'll see the exciting moth pictures. Uh-oh, some fun things to ask chat. Oh yeah, what should we name Cassia's little keeper drone friend? Should elder dragons be able to shape change into humanoids? And if so, with clothes or no clothes on? Hey! 3, is there anything wrong with combat boots with individual toe-shaped armor? No, Aruda, no toe boots. I think that would be a horrible idea, because if your foot ever gets hit and it swells up, you're never going to get your toe out of that socket. And also, your feet will get very cold. Because, you know, like mittens, it's good to keep your toes together in cold weather. Oops. Oh my. You're going to say yes, but the wings become the clothes like a robe at very least. There you go. Oh, message retracted. You could always just call him Scriba. Just make him a little scribe. But, I mean, since he's technically not scribing anything. All right, so got Dwarven Watchtower with the underground barracks here, housing a company of Dwarven scouts and runners. They watch the roads and the tumuli for threats and are ready to send for help at a moment's notice. Okay. You sent the DM. All right. Do you mean the piece of art, or do you mean about her background and stuff? Just let me know what you mean. Odd question to ask. That's That is indeed what he was trolling with us in the chat about. Damn him! Damn him! Well, why not both? That's a good point. That is an excellent point. Here, get this. We're going to put this in... Okay. I do have a picture there already. Now I just need to find this picture. Nope. Wrong place. If I go to the right folder, I tend to find the things I'm looking for. Here, into backgrounds. Click on that. I have no idea how big that's going to be. Ah, okay. All right, so here, I don't know if this is going to show up properly, but I'm going to try it and see if it actually shows up properly. Of course it doesn't, because it doesn't want to show up. Well, let's go back in here. Let's just add a brand new one. I love it when things in OBS just don't work. All right, we'll go find the picture of Cassia. All right. Currently, this is Cassia. She's a noble. And if you look at the map here, she comes from Misandria. From a very, very noble family, very rich people, and she works in the lexicon. So she works very, very studiously in charge of her section. And maybe some things happened there, and maybe people question her ability to do things after some horrible things happened with other people who weren't quite her fault. That may have forced her to go experience things that she wasn't really interested in experiencing, like the world. And there she's got her little friend. Almost looks like a one-eyed Marvin from the 2005 Hitchhiker's Guide movie. The little orb. I believe the little orb is the guy. I believe. It's a purple Wheatley. Okay, now, that's okay, it's fine. It's not fine. Have him start yelling. She got the crazy eye. Well, from the beginning of her write-up here, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but once a scholar in the lexicon and agrium, Cassia is a vain and callous young woman, given to demeaning her subordinates and belittling their accomplishments. Only the most foolish or unaware initiates dared approach her. And that was how she liked it, to be alone, unbothered, allowed to study as she wished, without interruption. Bird. Exactly, Chrysanth. See, you got Wheatley. Is it Wheatley? It's Wheatley, yeah. Originally placed in the service of the temple by her parents to distance her from the court, she was secretly happy to be free of their expectations. Her days were mainly spent in research and reading until her studies took her into the realm of the Keeper's ancient lore. Casimir, one of the master scholars of the law who had also been drawn to the Keeper's work, often crossed her path. And in her talks with him, she realized how much lore was hidden from the acolytes. Encouraged by him, she sought out and accessed tomes that she was forbidden to see, brought him copies of her notes, and discussed ethics, morality, and laws at length with he and his assistant Corvina. After some time, she began to see less and less of Casimir, rebuffed and held at bay by Corvina. When she did get a chance to meet with him, he seemed withdrawn, sickly, but obsessed with his research, claiming it was the only true path forward. She began to spy on him, discovering that he was researching ancient methods to extend one's life. The Keeper's documents hinted at methods and rituals, stories that most would believe were simple cautionary tales, locations and items that seemed to be metaphors rather than real. Based on what she'd seen, he was on a dark path, and she warned him, trying to get him away from Corvina, whom she began to have grave concerns about. Too far gone and too far under the influence of his alluring assistant, he cut ties with Cassia. Undaunted, she brought her family's influence and power to bear on the Council of the Lexicon. Through the shrewd application of her legal knowledge, paired with a few clever alliances and no small amount of gold, she convinced them to investigate their esteemed head scholar. When they discovered what he'd been up to, he was already gone, having fled their judgment, horrified at what he'd become. In his pursuit for a longer life, he'd fallen under the spell of Corvina, a succubus who had then seduced him into embracing lichdom. In the wake of his fall, the more dangerous texts were locked away, only available to those of Xander's clerical and paladin orders. So now, because of everything she did and he did, all that knowledge, and people are like, free knowledge for everyone. They're like, oh god, we gotta lock these books up now. New safeguards were devised to restrict access to the lexicon itself, and more bureaucracy was enacted to track who was accessing what. Humbled by her part in his fall, her personality softened, and she realized how dangerous her hubris and misplaced curiosity was for herself and others. She was promoted, but rather than staying at the lexicon due to her part in helping the disgraced head scholar down his path, she's been tasked with collecting dangerous knowledge of the Keepers across the Godlands. Research, in particular, has taken her to the Tolls, magical constructs in the Soul Spires that supposedly have a tie to the Keepers, their purpose unknown. So she's gone very far away from home, finding other things that need to be kind of removed from the presence of people. And you'll find out that Casimir, I have an entire entry on him. He is the destroyer of peace. He was once a lore master at the Lexicon, seduced down the path to lichdom by not one, but a pair of succubi. And do you want to know what their names are? Should I tell them their names, Rudai? The cats say yes. Meow, they say. I think we should as well. All right. I'm going to put their names in the chat here. They're a pair of succubi who work together. And these are their names. Naughty, naughty succubi. And if you can figure out who they're based off of, you get a gold star. And so yeah, he's out there somewhere doing horrible things. Being controlled by a couple of succubi. And of course now he's a lich. So, oh well. He had a good run, right? Until he didn't. Where was here we go. There's what I was back at Cartoomuli. There we go. And yeah, the other piece of art is looking pretty cool of another legendary character that's coming in. I'm trying to remember, Rudai, are they on the second cover? Are they with Nutmeg and Alien? Kalian? I think it's Kalian. The party that unfortunately startled the Rudy Poos. No, they're not. Okay, I was trying to remember who was on that one. Because I believe it was Nutmeg and Kalian. They're the third cover. Ah, okay, all right. Got it. There's so many things. So many things to remember. Speaking of succubi, DM finally punished my horned dog character after seduced. Now my character is TPK my party this Saturday. Oh, that'll be fun. Or won't. People might not like that. I'm just going to say. They may be a little upset. Right. So, what was the last place I was doing here? Oh, yeah, Five Falls. All right. Oh, that's right. Five Falls. The place where they were testing fire sand. This dwarven outpost. Oop, I gotta make sure that is dwarven. Oop. Most of dwarves and gnomes tend to dabble in magic and industrial pursuits, best kept distant from the dwarven capital. It is also where fire sand was invented, where its testing splintered the headland above the city once known as Three Falls, resulting in the formation of 2 additional waterfalls above the city and the wry renaming of the place. Nutmeg, Barb, Godwin. Oh, that's right. We got Godwin and we've got is that Koth? What work? Why? Why are you suddenly dinging me? Well, that's a little late. It's telling me like 2 hours later that my the files I submitted passed through the file approval process, which I already knew about. So thanks for the delayed message. Automated program. Oh well. Okay, got an eyelash in my eye here. Okay. There we go. I think I got. There we go. Yep, got it. And a big dragon. Yay. The big dragon. All right, River of Gold as opposed to River of Silver that supposedly flows out from Mount Silvermount. The dwarves have regular. Convoy Richard returned to the mountain from the colonies and traders, referred to by most of the races as the River of Gold. Dwarven caravan is always a sight to see. They've been attacked in the past, but none have yet been sacked by mortals. One is rumored to have been destroyed and looted by a particularly nasty dragon in the years past, though. Rumors swirl in taverns. The dwarves are mounting an expedition to reclaim not only their wealth, but to fell the great beast and loot its hoard. And I even have a note about that in the hills over there. At least your job tells you when things are approved. Mine doesn't, so things get kicked back, and I have no clue until I get angry emails telling me I'm slacking. Stop slacking! The hair character has the lowest AC, so they'll beat the crap out of him. Well, maybe you'll get some lucky rolls. Or maybe they'll get some unlucky rolls. Like with Strange Eons, if everybody turned on Godwin, I think he'd probably fall over pretty fast. Punch. He'd try his best. But hopefully nobody's gonna turn on him, because he's a pretty nice guy, right? I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody's quite picking up on the subtleties of Godwin yet. I mean, I know you are, Chrysanth. I know you are. I'm not sure if anyone else is quite picking up on him. But they will. They'll eventually get it. Right. So, we've got that covered. I've got this. I got entries made for all of those. I have to put anything else out here. I did put the giants over there. Hmm. Ooh, getting the first concept pass of cover 2 tomorrow night. Ooh, very nice. I meant to ask, and I think it's probably on the list of I don't remember where it is. Somewhere there's the list of all the things that are coming up. When is Effie's next cover painting show? Despite those little oddities, Godwin is Daybreak's favorite. He's most comfortable with. Well, he does give off food. He's just a source of food. I mean, it's a different version of the character that I kind of started playing around with that I wanted to use for um the campaign in Pathfinder. But it still works because the Oracle of Life that I was going to have him play meant that he was a fountain of life, but just basically constantly dying. But he was always healing everybody just by existing. So this is different. Now he just gives off sunlight. All right, so all right, that isn't what I need. Nobody noticed that, so there we go. All right. 17. Oh, okay, great. Get notified when next FE Art stream goes live. Bam! Make sure I have notifications turned on for that one. I do. Yep, I'm already set. Okay, good. I could just sit here and wait. There's one person waiting. Just wait till 17th. Maybe I won't do that. All right, and okay. Do you think? I'm just looking at the entry I have over here. If I need to add something to the area, because I have this crossroads, and I feel like there should be something at this crossroads. I mean, it is literally where the little side road heads off into the old kind of like dead kingdom. I feel like they'd still have something there. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in here, and it's the dwarven equivalent of a mile fort. They're going to have a little fortress there, just a little one, not the big fortress, nothing major, small one. And I'm not sure if I want to even name it. I kind of want to name it because it would make sense that they'd have a name for it. Yeah. Give it a name. We'll give it a name. We're naming it. Nameology. That's a little large. Kind of amusing to have a name that large on it. It's going to have the same terminology is their larger fortress, but it's going to be a small one. And I think this one is going to... Oh no, did I close my other window? I closed my window. Check my toponymy stuff here really quickly. Load it up again. I think it's going to be... Not a ford. Yeah, we're going to call it... Oops, we're going to delete that. Back to this one. Come on. I think we'll call it Halden, Halden, because the land slopes down here. We'll put it right after this one. Where the road splits to enter Osvalara. Just call it a dwarven outpost and it serves as further guard against the dark things that Dwarven outpost from Rookery. It serves as further guard against the dark things that call Lost Valar and Whitewood home. As well as offering a rest for travelers heading along the road to Starkad. There we go. By no means a luxury stop-off, it does, however, boast a fine mead hall and passable rooms, though they are subterranean, so not to the liking of all folk. Caer Haldon is known also for the collection of giant skulls. Giant skulls, arms, and armaments that adorn their walls. There we go. So they have a lot of trophies here from having fought the dwarves. Because, well, there are a lot of giants buried in these hills. And they take pride in having them hung all over their fortress. All right. So, what I do it here. Clicked on that. Beep. All right. Bam. To quote Emerald. Bam. I get the weirdest tweets. I'm just going to say. Okay. By the way, one of the best ways to wake up a cat is to put a piece of brisket under their nose. Kelvina was sleeping on me while I was working, and I had little tiny bits of leftover brisket left. And like, I gotta move him, and he wouldn't move. He's just like, "Rrr, rrr." I took a piece of brisket, put it under his nose, and then touched his nose and moved it away. And he's just sitting there. He just goes, starts looking around. I'm like, yeah, that got your attention, didn't it? He was happy when he got it, but boy, he looked confused. Brisket. Yeah, I had brisket yesterday with the extra bark. I had some left over this morning, so I made brisket hash, and it had little bits and pieces left over, like little bits of fat and stuff that I was saving to give to the cat. So I took them out, and there they went. All right, how are we doing? Oh my gosh, I've got like a minute and 12 seconds or something like that. Okay. So what we've got here is a failure to communicate. Now, what we got here is me finishing up stuff. I'm going to save this document. I'm going to save the map. And I'm going to thank you all for coming on by. So please leave a like and a comment. Throw some thoughts in there if you have strong feelings about the name of Cassia's little creature friend. Also, I don't know if it matters to Rudai, but when I originally named her, I gave her 2 S's. It's Cassia. And the art has only 1. So, up to you if you want to change it. It doesn't matter if it's drawn on a piece of art like that, but we can name it whatever we want forever. But anyway, yeah, if you have thoughts on that, and if you want to tell Irudai how much you hate the idea of having toe boots, please comment that. And whether or not dragons should shapeshift, and whether or not when they shapeshift they have clothing. I prefer clothing on my dragon shapeshifted dragon people. But that's me. No new dragons, dude. This isn't that kind of stream. Okay, spoiler. Okay, cool. All right, well, I am going to get the heck out of here. So you all have some happy-go-lucky fun. And I will see you tomorrow night on Wednesday After Dark. And then I'll see you again Thursday night for more of this. And Friday for Strange Eons. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I will talk to you all a little bit later.